There is the sun coming up over New York City as we're getting ready to duck out of here, kind of like the Cowboys. Take the victory and run like hell. Mike Fisher reporting from New York City or thereabouts. If you are a Cowboy fan with a memory of the Jason Garrett era, and it lasted a decade, so how could you not remember it? You will recall his fondness, almost an obsession for bumper sticker slogans, ways to inspire with one word or one phrase. So he put it, old Red Ball did, he put it on t-shirts, and he put it on sweatshirts, and he put it on posters all over Valley Ranch and then all over the Star. Well, just to establish for you that whether it's Bill Parcells or Sean Payton or Jason Garrett or Mike McCarthy, this is the way coaches go. Inside the Star now, near the locker room, there's a gigantic news sign. You might be familiar with where the big Jason Garrett picture is of the Headless Horseman thing. Right near it is a gigantic news sign that has been erected in the last couple weeks under the direction of Mike McCarthy, and the sign says "Resilience" in capital letters. And it seems like, how did he know? What a perfect prediction for what would happen over the course of the Cowboys' first couple, except resilience is always what it takes in the NFL. And so it was a really easy call by Big Mike. Now here we are, the Cowboys put in their pocket here in New York a 23-16 win at the Giants, knocking the Giants off the undefeated list. And although so many Cowboy observers are not going to do it this way, they're not going to credit the coaching staff for what happened here, I am, and you should. The resilience thing worked. And think about what they did here. CeeDee Lamb was so disastrous in the early going that I tweeted at Fish Sports, somebody needs to get him on the sideline and just play catch with him to remind him that he's not wearing boxing gloves. But they whatever they did, they stuck with him, kept going back to him, kept believing, and even telling him, basically, you're a superstar. You're fine. And Ezekiel Elliott, after the game, said, he's a superstar wide receiver. I don't know what you guys are talking about. And I think Zeke knew a little bit what we were talking about. Dak Prescott talking him after the game. We'll get to his resilience in a minute. Saying the same thing about CeeDee Lamb and about the other young guys. Dak Prescott talking about the young guys who, even when the Cowboys did get down for a moment there, resilience. Micah Parsons, resilience. This was an opportunity for Micah Parsons to go, that's what I really want to play, but this sucks. Clearly, he is not completely over whatever it was that was ailing him Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And if you remember the Diggs interception, that basically helped seal the game. And Diggs and the rest of the Cowboys defense runs into the end zone and waves to the crowd and pose for pictures and hot dogs or whatever. Micah Parsons didn't run with him. He just stood there on the field. Partly because Sterling Shepard had been injured, I think, partly because he was waiting to see whether or not the call would stand on the interception, but also partly because he didn't have the energy to run around. All his running around was being done in pursuit of Daniel Jones. Resilience. Cooper Rush. Just keep pounding the rock. Cooper Rush made decisions here, by and large, that made him look like a better quarterback than Daniel Jones, like a more pedigreed quarterback than Daniel Jones. If I would have told you one of these guys was a first-round pick and one of these guys was UDFA, I don't think you would have believed which one turned out to be which. But the Cowboys, game plan-wise, stuck with the idea that Cooper Rush will make plays to help us win the game. They stuck with the running game, which was almost dominant in the first half, and then late, Tony Pollard gets clutch carries to grind it out, and Ezekiel Elliott, of course, gets the short touchdown. Resilience. So here's what I'm going to do with you on Cowboy coaching. First of all, Dan Quinn, who ran the stadium steps. That's a lot of stadium steps. Managing the minutes, pitch count of Micah Parsons to the point where, again, when you win, everything looks perfect. But it looked like they did it exactly right, so he would have just enough gas to get through the end of this thing. Resilience on offense. We're going to do what at left guard? We're going to do what with Ezekiel Elliott? And we're going to have Tony Pollard? We're going to do what with Tony Pollard? Grind it out and run down the clock? Catch? We are. We're going to throw the ball in a grind it out, run down the clock situation to a rookie who's never been in this situation before? We are. We're just going to keep sticking with what we believe in, huh? And just tell each other we're going to be resilient here and we're going to go for it. Same thing. Let's give the special teams credit. They keep saying, first of all, give Brett Maher credit too. They keep saying that Turpin's going to break one. Well, you know what? He kind of did. And he didn't break one for a touchdown, but he broke one that gave the Cowboys massive field position and then and helped set up the win. This is Mike McCarthy and Quinn and Bones and Kellen Moore showing resilience of their own, resilience of a sort. A belief in their players and a belief in the program. And all too often, especially around here, we kick Kellen Moore in the teeth. We kind of poke fun at Bones Fossil. Everybody loves Dan Quinn. He gets off the hook. And we certainly kick around Big Mike. On this day, as the Cowboys move to 2-1 and survive this visit to New York, even though Dak Prescott, who's in the locker room saying, "Oh, I can almost grip it." He just won't let go of the idea that he's going to come back faster than people think, even though we're going to stick with October 16th at the Eagles. We can do this with Cooper Rush. We can do this with a running game. We could do this with CeeDee Lamb. It doesn't matter if he struggled early. He's not going to keep struggling. We can do this with Farniok at left guard. Okay. We can do this with Tank Lawrence getting 3 sacks and then hurting his foot, and we need to check on that today. And that's okay. We'll put in the rookie Sam Williams, and he'll get things done, along with Dorrance Armstrong. He'll get things done. Oh, Micah needs to take a break? Okay, go watch, if you're an iWatch film guy, go watch film of Barr in this game. Barr was disruptive in a way that matched Micah. They had 2 Micahs in this game. And it is very much about this coaching staff pressing the right buttons, which always is what it looks like in a win. But especially in this case, when there was plenty of times where they could have gone, let's not stick with that, it's not working. We might want to amend our thoughts on that, it's not quite working. Resilience, a Mike McCarthy theme, and it's a Mike Fisher theme too, as the Cowboys get a 23-16 victory at New York. We will see you at home. Fish out.